This is the Clinch Pick 2.0 from Shivworks. It is my daily carry for self-defense, and we're gonna give you a review on it. So as I mentioned, this is the Clinch Pick 2.0. They do have a standard Clinch Pick. The only difference between this one and the original one is that the 2.0 has a nice blade on the front. As you can see, nice and sharp. So it's got a nice blade on the front. On the, I guess the 1.0 version, this part is blunted. So you don't get the front edge of the original Clinch Pick. On the 2.0, you get a double bladed edge. So it's a great knife. I recommend if you are looking for a knife, before we even get into like my review of this, you train with them, you practice with them, you experiment with them. I used to be big into carrying like flip knives and everything. I very rarely carry any sort of flip blade anymore, and I had the opportunity to try this knife out in a training environment, both under Aaron Giannetti at Knife Control Concepts, and then I did take some of Craig Douglas's courses as well. So I got a lot of time to play around with some of their trainers, which again is the exact same size, but it's completely blunted. It's not going to cause you any harm, so you have the opportunity to practice not only how to carry it, how to deploy it, but also how to utilize it. And I fell in love with it. And as someone who's looking for a blade to carry for self-defense purposes, I fell in love with the Clinch Pick, and yeah, this is part of my everyday carry. I very rarely do not have this one on me. If I'm not carrying this one, I am carrying the El Nino, which is also from Shivworks. We'll do another review on that blade later. But for now, again, let's get into the Clinch Pick a little bit more. Now, kind of said in the name, like it is a Clinch Pick. It's great for close quarters, entanglements, fighting. If you're a grappler, you're gonna love this blade 100%, but it's really nice. One, it's sharp as shit. Like if it needs to, it'll definitely kind of get the job done. I do like the fact that this one is double bladed. I actually had originally picked up the first Clinch Pick, and then it was like a week or two later they came out with this one, and I immediately gave that one to my dad and bought this one instead. Also comes all blacked out, which is also really nice. It's got a nice kind of stubby handle. Right? So one thing about this is when you hold on to it, you get the little finger lip here that my finger can secure to, so the blade is not going to fall through my hands. It literally fits completely in the palm of your hand. Obviously, it's not going to stick out, so there's no chance of somebody peeling this out on the back side of your hand at all. So once I'm able to grab and secure this, it's a thick enough handle that it doesn't feel like it's going to slide out of my hand. Like I have a nice good grip on it, and again, because of the little finger hook right here, I'm not like, it's very secure. That's all I'll say. It's an extremely secure blade. It's small enough that it, like when I'm carrying it, I barely notice that I even have it on me. And then obviously when you deploy it, the beautiful part of utilizing a fixed blade and a blade of this size is that you need minimal movements for this blade to actually get deployed. And then once it obviously is deployed, you can do the damage and stuff that you need to do. So how do we actually carry this one? So first of all, like if we talk about the case, this is the standard case that it comes in. I actually believe they now have another sheath that is available where you can actually clip it to your waistline or your belt or whatever. This one actually goes through the belt and through the belt loop is how I typically carry. So this is the sheath that actually comes with it. The nice part about this is if it's got this button on it. Now, a lot of people would kind of be skeptical about the button on this grip. Like this thing is not, I can sit here and just pull and it's not coming off. If you read the button carefully, it says pull the button. And the moment you pull the button, it pops right off. So you can actually take this off pretty easy, but for someone that's just trying to rip it off your waistline, it's not budging whatsoever. Now, typically when I carry this one, I'll carry an appendix carrier, so I'll usually carry it around in the front. So I usually loop it through the actual belt itself, through the belt loop, come all the way around the top. Again, we clip it. It's not going anywhere. It's completely sturdy, strapped to my front here. And again, I have it so it's like hanging low. Now, the beautiful part about this blade compared to like straight blades that people will tend to carry here, you know, sticking up, is that I have to clear the garment and pull the blade up. Whereas when I'm carrying this one, I can have my garment down. All I have to do is get my hand on it and I just pull straight down and it comes right out. So I never actually have to clear any garment. So this is a great blade to carry if you are one that lives in a bit of a colder environment where you're gonna have to wear jackets kind of year round, or at least most of the year. You have extra hoodies on, or whatever the case is. So if you are wearing extra clothing, again, this is a great one to have. Again, it's also concealable. You put it on. Typically, I'll carry this. I carry a SIG appendix style as well, so I'm able to carry both without either of them interfering with the other. Now, the beauty about this deployment of this blade in particular, we'll get nice and close for this one, is it requires minimal movement. So as I mentioned, like you can literally just kind of grab it, and obviously I can just pull straight down. Or for whatever reason, let's say I'm grabbing it, maybe, you know, whoever you're in entanglement with, they grab your hand, they're pinning your wrist down, and I just can't physically pull my hand out. I can literally just take my hips and turn my hips out, and it deploys the blade for me as well, which is again a really nice feature. Now, the beauty of like that style of deployment is when you are fighting in the clinch, if you're hand fighting, people are grabbing you, people are, you know, working for underhooks, overhooks type thing. Again, you don't always have the opportunity to, you know, get that space, clear that garment, pull the blade out, and do the damage that you need to do with it to, you know, keep yourself safe. Whereas with this one, I can be in a close quarter situation, I could be in a dominant position, or I could be in a shit position, but I still have the capabilities of actually deploying the blade if I need to, and then obviously accessing it. Now, when it comes to actually utilizing this blade in a offensive manner for self-defense. The beauty of the fact that it does have a double-edged point, or double-edged side plus the point, is that I can attack it in 3 different ways. I can slash forward, I can do the reverse slash, or I can do any sort of stabbing motion. And just to kind of demonstrate, you know, we'll have Cash hold up the noodle here so you can kind of see like the difference of strikes. Remember, at the end of the day, like, we use blades to create distance, maintain distance, so that if we need to, we can draw our firearms or we can use it to get away. Like, I'm not trying to use a blade to close a distance and just do a lot of damage. I want them to essentially keep this person at bay. So one of the beauty aspects of this is the fact that I can, again, strike in the slashing motion, but I can also do a reverse slashing motion, which, again, if you're talking like the standard clinch pick, you don't have the option to do the front slash. So if he's holding this out, so this could be like the equivalent of like if he's reaching for my hand, he's reaching for the weapon, whatever the case is, and we can turn it, we can kind of do like the front slashing motion. So if we do like the front slash like that, you're getting like a nice slit on that front end as well. Now, same time, I can also do like the reverse, same idea. If he's reaching for me, we're gonna essentially like extend it out, and we're actually gonna be kind of cutting back as if you're like shaving meat, right? Now, I'm clearly not going to be sawing off a person's arm with it, but you get the idea. These can do some serious damage. They've created these things extremely well that you can, again, use them in close quarters. You can do the damage that you need to do to get the person to back off, and you can keep them off of you so that, again, I can clear the distance to either draw my firearm or we can get away to safety and, again, just kind of avoid that conflict altogether. Absolutely great blade. You can check these out at shivworks.com. I'll post a link down below. Again, this is the Clinch Pick 2.0. Extremely durable, looks nice, feels great, extremely lightweight. And again, definitely will, you know, if push comes to shove and you have to use this thing to make space or create distance or just, you know, save your life, it'll definitely get the job done. So check them out.